Hi friends, today we are going to study a new poem, and the title of this poem is Once Upon a Time. It is written by Gabriel Okara. Once upon a time, son, they used to laugh with their hearts and laugh with their eyes, but now they only laugh with their teeth, while their eyes block cold eyes search behind my shadow. There was a time, indeed, they used to shake hands with their hearts, but that is gone, son. Now they shake hands without hearts, while their left hands search my empty pockets. Feel at home, come again, they say, and when I come again and feel at home once, twice, there will be no thrice. For then I find door shut on me. So I have learned many things, son. I have learned to wear many faces like dresses: home face, office face, street face, coast face, cocktail face, with all their confirming smiles, like a fixed portrait smile. And, and I have learned too to laugh with only my teeth and shake hands without my heart. I have also learned to say goodbye when I mean good riddance, to say glad to meet you without being glad, and to say it has been nice talking to you after being bored. But believe me, son, I want to be what I used to be when I was like you. I want to unlearn all these muting things. Most of all, I want to relearn how to laugh. For my laugh in the mirror shows only my teeth like a snake's bare fangs. So show me, son, how to laugh. Show me how I used to laugh and smile once upon a time when I was like you. So, Once Upon a Time is a very famous poem which is written by Gabriel Okara. Gabriel Okara is a Nigerian poet. He was born in 1921 and died in 2019. In this poem, the poet compares the traditional African culture with that of modern Western culture. The poet seems to be very sad to see the impact of Western culture on the traditional African culture. Impact means prabhava. So the poet is very sad here because the traditional African culture is being changed due to the impact of new Western culture. So he remembers the way the people used to behave and interact with each other once upon a time. Behave means ವರ್ತಿಸು, ನಡೆದುಕೋ. So once upon a time, the people and their behavior was totally different. Their interaction, अन्योन्यते, with each other was totally different. So the poet tells us how once upon a time people used to maintain their relationship with each other. There was warmth and intimacy in their relationship. Intimacy means atmiyate. Warmth means hurupu. ಎದೆ ತುಂಬಿದ ಅನಿಸಿಕೆ. So once upon a time there was lot of intimacy. There was lot of feelings and emotions in their relationship. So here we see the poet compares the past with the present and finds that the past is better than the present. This poem is in the form of a conversation, sambhashane, between a father and his son. So there is a conversation between the father and his son. The father does not like his son's artificial manners and etiquettes. So when he looks at the society, when he looks at the period, the changed period, he does not like the modern man's manners and etiquettes. Manner means acharane, vartane, etiquette, shishtachar. And so he advises his son to express true love and true concern. Concern means kadavala. So he is advising his son to express true love and true concern for others. The father compares, as I already told you, the present with the past. And according to the father, the past is better than the present because in the past there was love, sincerity, and faithfulness in every relationship. But now everything is changed. Things are different now. According to the poet, once upon a time, people used to laugh with their hearts and eyes. So, once upon a time, people used to have a very intimate relationship with each other. Here, here the father wants to tell his son that their laughter was real laughter and that there was warmth in their laughter. There were feelings and emotions in their relationships. But now they only laugh with their teeth, and that in their eyes there is lack of any feeling and intimacy. Their laughter is a fake laughter. He calls those eyes as ice block cold eyes because there are no emotions in their looks. There was a time when people used to shake hands with hearts. So once upon a time, people, whenever they shook their hands, there was again intimacy in their handshakes. But now, according to the poet, in modern times, people have grown money minded and they are very commercial in their attitude towards life. So there is lack of emotions in those handshakes. It is just a formality, aupcharikate. So when it comes to handshaking with others, the poet thinks that nowadays people who have grown very artificial and mechanical towards each other, their handshake is again emotionless and it is selfish. Then the poet tells us about another important thing about a relationship. These days, according to him, guests are no longer a welcome. Only once or twice they are given a warm reception. So, once or twice, if you visit a house, you will be welcomed. So, you will receive a warm reception, swagata, only once or twice. But if you visit them frequently, then the doors are shut on you. So the poet is very sarcastic here, Vyangyatmak. He says sarcastically, how he has learned modern ways of the world. So the father or the poet, we can say, tells us how he has learnt modern ways of the world. In this materialistic Bhautikavada and artificial Kritakavada world, he knows how to change the faces like home face, office face, cocktail face, and so on. So the father is telling his son that he has learnt these modern ways of the world. According to the poet, modern man changes his face as per the situations and occasions as one changes one's dress. We have fixed smiles. Our smiles are fixed like portrait smiles. So, as per the occasions, our smiles change. The father sadly tells his son that he too has learned to laugh with his teeth. He too has learned the art of saying goodbye when he wanted to say good riddance. Riddance means togolisu. So, when you say goodbye, it should come directly from the core of your heart. It should have some feelings and emotions. But nowadays, people say goodbye just as a formality. He has learned to say glad to meet you when he is not glad at all. So, when you meet someone, it is a formality. Nowadays, we say glad to meet you. Even if we are not glad, we say it as a formality. So, the father says that he has also learned to say glad to meet you even when he is not glad. Even when he is bored, he has learned to say nice talking to you. When you talk with someone, you have this formality to say nice talking to you. So here, even if you are not happy with the person with whom you interacted or you got bored, as a formality, you say nice talking to you. The father wants his son to teach him to laugh as he used to laugh once upon a time when he was young like his son. So here the father wants to learn how to laugh as he used to laugh once upon a time, once upon a time when he was like his son. He is sincere enough to tell his son that he wants to unlearn all these modern ways of the world. So he wants to unlearn these things. He wants to relearn how to laugh because he says, For my laugh in the mirror shows only my teeth like a snake's bare fangs." So the father is telling his son, "Oh son, I want to relearn certain things. I want to relearn how to laugh because when he looks into the mirror, for my laugh in the mirror, he says, shows only my teeth, like a snake's bare fangs. Fangs means ಹಾವಿನ ವಿಷದ ಹಲ್ಲು. So when he laughs, he can see only his teeth. There is no emotion. There are no emotions and feelings in his laughter. It's not a real laughter. So he appeals, he requests his son to show him and the world how to smile wholeheartedly. The father wants to relive his past and experience the same innocence, the same childlike innocence, faithfulness, and sincerity again. So the father wants to relive his past and he wants to be innocent, faithful, and sincere again. So he tells his son to learn the values of the past. So through this poem, the poet laments at the loss of innocence, faithfulness, and sincerity in our relationships. Lament means guru, pralapa. So the poet here tells us how we have changed, how modern culture has affected our relationships, how we have grown very artificial in our attitude towards other people. Everything becomes or everything has become a formality. Our relationships are based on our selfish motives. So finally, the poet, through the father, tells us that we should once again learn the innocence, faithfulness, and sincerity. Again, let us be like children who are innocent, faithful, and sincere in their relationship with others. So, Once Upon a Time is a very beautiful poem which tells us about the modern ways of the world. It is a sarcasm, Vyangya, satire on our artificial manners and etiquettes. Thank you.